Okay, so the next little, we'll just finish this little building off now with another hodgepodge of a roof here. Over around this back side, we'll put another veranda across there, but I'll do this time with a drop down, so we're just showing another alternative rather than just continuing this roof slope and pitching it all the way up to the edge of the veranda. I'll drop this roof down below, and I'll actually put a bullnose curve on the back of it. So here's the one I prepared earlier, looking like that. Okay, so we'll show you how to do that. So once it's going to have a curved shape like that into it, you're going to want to be thinking of using a different sort of Revit technique, roof by extrusion, rather than roof by footprint. If I go to roof level 1 again, I've created a reference plane here. Avoid confusion, I'll delete that reference plane. So I've created a reference plane there, and I've called that reference plane roof extrusion. So I've given it a name over here, just so it's going to be easier to sort of work with. So I can see that reference plane in this elevation view through here, so I'll work in that elevation view, turn that on, and we'll create this roof shape. So I'm going to set up a reference plane just to guide me to some heights, and let's say I want my roof to come down to 2100 height. Right, here's the roof in the background there, giving me a bit of a guide to what to do, but that's what I've done before. I've set up a reference plane at 2100 through there, and it's probably going to confuse us a little bit having that show up in the background, so I'll get rid of this other. I'll just element hide in that view. Okay, so that's what we'd be seeing in this particular view here now. So I'm going to create a roof shape now, and I have to do it by extrusion, so that's why I'm looking at an elevation view, or it could be a section view to do this. So I'll drop down architecture menu, and I'll drop down roof. So we've been doing footprint so far, but this time we're going to go roof by extrusion. Now we need a reference plane that we are looking at in this view, and the reference plane that I made and named, called roof extrusion, we are actually looking square at perpendicular to that reference plane, so that will be a suitable reference plane to work on. Because we are drawing a roof by extrusion and looking at it in elevation view, this level doesn't really matter, and the offset won't make any difference either. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of a bullnose on the end of this roof, so I think a radius of 450 would be about as tight as I'd want to go. So I'm just going to, let's come out here, radius of 450, like 450. I've got a radius of 450 there, and if I want to finish that roof so that the tangent is the point where the roof finishes at my 2100 height, it'll look something like that. So I'll give myself another reference plane in through here, and I'll set up temporary dimensions, and if I made that go to 2700. Okay, so I'm going to pitch my roof from that 2700 point out along here till it's tangential to that circle, and that circle will then finish down here at 2100, like this. So from that point across to here, hopefully tangent shows up. If it didn't, I could type ST for snap to tangent, so that is showing up through there. That's the roof slope. I'll just check that line there. So the angle is more than 5 degrees, so standard corrugated steel roof is fine at 5 degrees, so this is a little bit steeper than 5 degrees, so this roof would even be compliant. Now, I'll need to use my split tool. SL is the shortcut key, and I'll need to split this arc here. I'll probably need to split it into two, just so I can remove a section of that arc, and I can then use the trim to trim that arc to that line. and then I need to bring this back so it finishes there. So there's the shape of the roof. When you're drawing these roofs in Revit, in profile or roof by extrusion, you're drawing the top surface, the line that would indicate the top surface of the roof. So now the other thing about it is the reference plane that we're drawing on, you can set up a starting point to start at any distance away from that reference plane, and you can also give it an ending point. But if you don't do any of that at the moment, I tend not to worry about doing it now. So I'll click the tick. It's created that roof for me, but let's have a look at it. Because I didn't set it up where it was going to start and where it was going to end, I didn't think it was going to go that far, but it started on the reference plane there, and it just went back until it found, well, it didn't find something, but it just went back to some starting point in the drawing somewhere or something like that. But not to worry, because you can just use the blue grips to set the starting point and ending point of that up to wherever you like. So I can now use that blue grip and bring it onto that surface. Well, I could actually use the Align tool. Might be a good way of doing it. AL is the shortcut key for Align, or you'll find it under Modify. I always use the shortcut key. One of these will be the Align tool. Where is it? Oh, there it is, Align. So you could use Align, you could pick that surface as the surface that's in the right position, and then the next pick will pick the thing that you want to align, which is that surface. So that's brought that through to that edge. Once again, use the Align tool again, pick that surface, and pick that surface, and it has, and you can lock them too if you like. So I could lock that in, which all that meant was if I ever move that wall, because they're locked now, that bull-nosed veranda will come with it. Okay, so on that little building, we've created quite a few different roof shapes. So I'll stop the video at that point. I still want to describe another couple of things with these curved roof shapes over here. We'll go through that in the next video, but that's that building finished.